Yo, everyone. Hold on. It's me, Ari Dosset, call me Rashid. I'm your anthropologist and sociologist. Please hit the like button, share this live stream, subscribe to the channel, become a member of the channel. Don't forget, you can donate the links below. Thank you very much for your donations. If you want to book a session with me, a one-on-one consultation, please check the, the, the instructions and fees in the description below. You can check my novels on Barnes Noble, Amazon, any other place you can find them online. And above all, I want you to listen to this live stream attentively, pray about the knowledge I'm sharing over here, and if it applies to your situation, apply this knowledge to glorify God and Father. Okay? Now, at the moment, I'm at The Hague, Moerwijk. Moerwijk is it actually means neighborhood of the Moors, really, but anyway, it's a railway station right over there, that orange building over there. Here's the tram station. You can see no tram is coming at the moment until 5 hours later in the morning. It's the morning already. It's 1:04 a.m. So what I'm about to do now is I'm going to walk home all the way from here. No other way around it. So now I walk all the way home from here. I thought, you know what, I might as well do a live stream in the 25 minutes or half hour I'll be doing to walk all the way home. So that's why I'm here. But before I continue, how are you all doing tonight or today? Well, it's night for me, but how are you all doing today? And for those who are wondering, I just came from Rotterdam where I did a shift in a warehouse. Yes, I did a shift in a warehouse. Um, my hours will be approved very, very shortly. I'll be paid out. Because the shift was still midnight, I had to rent a bicycle in Schiedam to go all the way to that place. Was it in Rotterdam? Yeah, it was in Rotterdam. Anyway, I had to get out of Schiedam, Centrum, the rail station, rent a bicycle at the railways to go there. When I quit the shift, or when the shift ended, I brought the bike back. I was able to catch the last train to the Central Station. I had to get out at Moerwijk, and now I'm walking home over here. Oh, thank you very much for the super chat, Maria. Very much appreciated. Thank you. Now, for those who are wondering, Rashid, why are you out so late? Well, I just explained to you why I'm out so late. All right. Normally, I'm not out this late, but I had to work yesterday afternoon. But anyway, the topic of tonight's live stream, plus maybe day for you, will be when to monitor someone. You may have noticed the thumbnail of this live stream. I got the thumbnail from Google somewhere. I don't own the copyright to that image. It's like some stock image anyway. Oh, and by the way, according to the Berne Convention, you're allowed to use copyright material for educational purposes. So I also cited the Berne Convention, it's international treaty, in my description box. And the Berne Convention is above fair use, which only in the United States. But anyway, you see someone taking pictures, someone spying on someone. Now, when I say we, it's many of us were raised to mind our own business, to leave other people alone. We were raised just to focus on what only concerns us directly and let other people do whatever they want to do. It's none of our concern, none of our business, blah, blah, blah. That's how a lot of us were raised. Society encourages this. But one thing, is this biblical? But Rashid, didn't Paul somewhere say to mind our own matters in the New Testament? Yes, it applied to a specific situation where believers had to be cautious. But it doesn't mean that that's how it should be all the time. Okay, what I'm about to say now may sound disturbing to some of you, but I need to hear me out. There are times you need to monitor someone. There are times you need to check on people. There are times let me say this whole mind your own business thing First of all, it's not biblical to begin with, because how are you going to hold each other accountable if you don't call each other out? Secondly, not even the governments of this world believe in minding your own business. If they did, they wouldn't ask you income to charge your taxes. If they did, then you wouldn't have police investigations to solve murders or crimes. Listen, y'all. If people in the world really believed in minding their own business, you wouldn't have passport controls when you travel to other countries. You wouldn't have background checks on people. But we do have background checks. We do have passport controls, visa regulations. We do have how to say, we do have police institutions that investigate murders or crimes. So the whole idea of mind your own business or don't bother with other people's affairs, I'm sorry, but it's simply bullshit. I'm saying what it is, it's simply bullshit. It doesn't add up at all. Now look, we shouldn't be narcissistically controlling one another and extorting one another. That's something we shouldn't be doing. And that can take the form of stalking people, harassing people, putting hidden cameras in the houses, and dox them, humiliate them. I'm not talking about all that other reprobate shit. I'm talking about there are times you have to monitor some people. Just because someone is an adult, just because someone's above 18, doesn't mean they don't owe anyone anything. Or just because someone is an adult doesn't mean you don't owe them anything, or either. Look, as an adult, you have a certain amount of autonomy. We understand that. We honor that. That autonomy is not sovereignty. You can't just will what you will because you have an ability to choose and think. You just think and choose whatever you want, and people just have to find a way to put up with it because it's free will. That's bullshit. It doesn't exist. You have an ability to choose, an ability to think, and all that, but it doesn't mean you're entitled to think and feel and choose whatever you want without regarding anyone else nor the world of my father. That's simply not true. That's narcissism. That's not freedom. It's narcissism. Okay? So others do owe you, or you do owe others. Let me tell you one thing. The people in the world that are the most realistic when it comes to community are the ones we wouldn't expect to be realistic. And it's even embarrassing that those are the type of people who are the most realistic when it comes to community. And I did address this before, but let me say it one more time. The people that are the most realistic when it comes to community function of a community are gossipers. Again, did I say we all have to become a gossiper now? Let's say, did I promote and endorse gossiping? No. Here what I'm saying. Gossipers are the most realistic when it comes to community functioning. Okay. Have you noticed, and I want you, and listen, unless you're in traffic, listen, if you're in traffic, like some of these cars are over here right now, they're in traffic now. If you're in traffic driving now, then stay hands-free, okay? If you can't listen to the live stream and drive at the same time, then stop the live stream and watch the replay. Or if you want to listen to the live stream live right now, park your car somewhere. Safety first, okay? Don't, if you're driving, stay hands-free. But if you're not driving, please answer in the live chat. I have a question for you. Have you noticed that often when a crime happens, people are so surprised and nobody knows anything? And have you noticed often it's in the most good, it is in the best neighbors this is happening? I mean, think about it. Someone goes missing, or a body is found, or God forbid, it came out as children being molested. People are so shocked, so upset. Nobody knows anything. And these type of things happen in middle-class neighborhoods or in elite neighborhoods. The neighborhoods are so-called safe and so-called good neighborhoods. Why is it that when bad things happen, nobody knows anything? Now look, I'm not endorsing ghettos because a ghetto is a neglected neighborhood where things are declining. I don't support that. One thing I do have to admit, people in ghettos tend to be more real about life. Let me say it like this. You have the no snitching rule amongst African Americans. You have the no snitching rule in many other parts of the world too, which is quite stupid. But apart from that, when something goes wrong in a neighborhood or in a town, the first people to reveal clues what goes on are the gossipers. Don't ask me how, don't ask me when, but they pick up information. And who does the police go to for help? Those gossipers. The question becomes, what are the rest of the people doing? What are the rest of the people doing? You mean to tell me that you have a neighborhood, or let's say a town, people expect you to pay taxes, they expect you to obey the law, they expect you to obey the traffic rules out there so you don't cause any trouble. People expect you to be polite and not to use cuss words. They expect you to be respectful and to behave the way others want you to. Man, society, the public out there, they have a lot of demands when it comes to you. And if you ever fail one of these demands, they will either turn on you, take action against you, either legally or informally, or they will just abandon you, ghost like you don't exist. So society operates through revenge. That's how we do it. You mean to tell me there are so many things expected from you, but God forbid if one day you end up being harmed or victimized. Nobody knows anything. Everyone is minding their own business. Are you kidding me? I mean, seriously, are you kidding me? So why would the community or the wider public in general have anything to expect from you if they're not delivering to you? Nobody should be expecting, let alone demanding from you if they're not willing to deliver to you. Not even the Heavenly Father, God Himself, the Almighty, is behaving that way. And He's the owner of everyone, including you and me. Even our owner and creator doesn't behave that way, expecting unconditionally, and you just have to find a way to deal with what He expects. So who are these human beings to behave this way? But that's how society is, y'all. You mean tell me nobody knows anything? Okay, don't do this, okay? But imagine you walk around naked one time at night through the streets. Don't do it, but what if you would have done something like that? I'm guaranteeing you, the next day, people are going to talk about it. Someone saw something. Before you know it, the whole town talks about it. They'll call the cops on you, saying you lost your mind, you need mental help or whatever. Or drive a very expensive car. Just borrow a car from a multi-millionaire, a very expensive car, and drive a car in your neighborhood. And people know, before you know, people will start asking, how did you drive that big car? Before you see people call the cops saying, okay, this guy's driving a very expensive car. We know how you got it. Do anything that goes against restrictions that people are holding on to. Do anything that goes against the boundaries people put on you. See what's going to happen. They're going to notice it, they're going to call you out on it, they're going to trouble you for it. Oh, but when something harmful happens, nobody knows anything? Nah, it doesn't work that way. Either you're fully neglectful and wasteful, and you don't expect any quality in return. So when harm happens to you, F you, just like you had an F you towards other people, when it harms to you, there's going to be an F you towards you too. That's consistent. But you can't have an F you attitude, but still demand quality care. I mean, what the heck is that? What the heck is that, y'all? So this whole mind your own business thing, y'all, it's bullshit, y'all. Don't you know even evil spirits are looking at us human beings and they're kind of confounded by us? That we seriously believe that we can just ignore our environment and things will end up well with us? There is no animal in nature behaving that way. Listen, there's no fall of the air. There are no wild beasts out there. There are no creeping creatures on the earth. There are no sea creatures. There's no animal in nature that God has made that behaves in such a way. Every animal knows they need to watch the environment. Either they can become prey to other animals, or they may miss out on food, whatever, or they may miss out on danger. They know how to be attentive to the environment. No, human beings are not animals. We're spirit beings with physical bodies. However, unfortunately, sometimes we behave lower than animals. I'm just being real. Mind your own business. Who do you think you are? Leave me alone. I will, but I will. What the fuck? Seriously. If you are not watchful about your environment, then you are operating in a fairy tale. Let me say it one more time. If you are not watchful about your environment, I'm not telling you to be paranoid and to be stalking people, harassing people, break into people's houses, extort people. I'm not talking about all this reprobate shit over. I'm talking about a healthy concern about your environment. You should have a healthy concern and a healthy interest in your environment. That's human, that's natural, that's healthy. If you don't have that, something is wrong with you and we have a problem. Because if you don't have this healthy, natural interest concern for your environment, that means you're operating in a fairy tale. That means you're neglecting yourself and other people automatically also. That means that you are actually putting yourself and everyone else in harm's way. That means you're also giving opportunity to evil spirits to operate through you or around you. So do you understand how big the problem is? If you don't have this healthy, natural concern and interest for your environment. Listen, I can understand when you're not interested in something that happens in some rich neighborhood in Shanghai. If you live in Los Angeles and something happened in a neighborhood in Shanghai, I can understand, okay, but what does that have to do with me? I can understand that. Even though it still happens on Earth, I do understand it's far from you. I mean, if something happens in New York City in a neighborhood and it's all the way in Miami, I can understand you think, okay, it's a bit far away from me, even though it's the same country. It's still on Earth, it should concern you, but I still get that. But do you know a lot of people, unfortunately even believers, they're not even interested nor concerned about their direct environment? A few blocks from them? What is this? But here's what I want you to realize. Just because you are out of your mind, I don't pay attention to your environment, doesn't mean others are not doing it. You know who is paying attention to the environment? Wizards, witches, warlocks, criminals. They pay attention to the environment all the time. That's why they're so ahead of a lot of things in life. Now, they're not ahead of everything all the time, and there are times they make grievous mistakes, absolutely. And remember, they don't have the resurrection power of Christ to protect them. Nevertheless, witches, warlocks, wizards, criminals, they have an edge on most of the people out there because they pay attention to the environment. That's why these wizards get away when they do sympathy rituals. Kidnapping and killing people triggers sympathy for the local community. That's why they get away running the criminal world. Now you know why so many criminals get away with a lot of stuff. Because they are aware of the environment and they know when to shut their mouth and know when to leave. When burglars want to break into a house, they don't just see a house over there and think, oh my God, guys, the house looks so amazing, man. Oh man, we just have to break in, man. It's going to be beautiful stuff. No. It's not how it goes. Burglars don't fall in love in the house and just feel attracted to the house and just rob the place. No. They say, okay, the house may look good. Who lives there? What's the function of the community? Are there security cameras around? What's the relationship to the neighbors? What's the infrastructure? If we break in, can we put everything in the car and drive away unnoticed? Listen, breaking into a house is a military operation, y'all. You have to plan a lot. And if anything goes wrong, you're screwed. You can end up in prison, or you can end up in a wheelchair after being beaten up, you end up dead. So burglars know they're risking their life and their well-being by doing that. So that's why they pay close attention to what they're doing. And 9 out of 10 times burglars get away with robbing houses. And you know why they got away robbing that place? Because the people around didn't pay attention. They were so distracted, so into their own fairy tales. Do you know why human traffickers get away kidnapping so many people every year? Children, women, sometimes even men. But often folks on women and children. Why do you think these pedophile rings get away doing all this weird shit with children? Because a lot of people don't want to know what goes on. They don't care. They don't care what happens around them as long as they have their ease. But the moment things go wrong, they're the first crybabies to lash out because their ease is disrupted. Listen, I'm not saying that when you are alert about your environment that you can prevent every bad thing from happening to everyone. No, I'm not saying that. Hell no, absolutely not. I'm just saying if everyone has a healthy interest and concern for the environment, 95% of all crime, all trash, all misfortune wouldn't happen. Because there wouldn't be any opportunity for it to happen. Evil spirits wouldn't even have the opportunity to roam the earth and do all the shit they're doing because we would be noticing them. But look, I'm not saying that I understand that sometimes just wants to get away, relax a little bit, play a video game or watch a movie. Of course you can't relax. I'm not saying that 24/7 you have to be alert to look around you. That's not even possible. You need to sleep, you need to brush your teeth, you need to go to the toilet, you need to wash yourself. So nobody is available 24/7, no human being, only their Father is. Nevertheless, your attitude in life should be that you have a healthy, natural concern and interest in your environment, and including the people that are there. I'm not telling you to become close friends with everyone. I'm not telling you to exchange numbers with everyone. I'm not telling you to be yoked with everyone. But still, you need to have a healthy, natural concern for your healthy, natural concern and interest in your environment, including the people in the environment. Hey, I'm being real with you over here. Believers have to do better. Believers cannot continue as narcissistic crybabies and then complain when it's no blessing working out. It doesn't work that way. You can't participate in darkness without the darkness affecting you. Whenever you participate in darkness, the darkness affects you. You become part of the darkness. You can't become part of darkness yet expect the benefits of the light to play out for you. It's not going to happen. You have to walk by faith, operate in the light, and then the darkness has no grip over you. But you can't participate in darkness and then complain, oh my God, the darkness has an effect on me. Yo, are you out of your mind? Of course the darkness has an effect on you if you're the one participating in it. I mean, does it make sense to complain about clowns everywhere if you the one keep going to a circus? Clowns work at the circus. That's what clowns do. If you don't want to see clowns, or if you're annoyed by clowns, then leave the circus, don't go to the circus. But don't go to the circus over and over again and complain about the clowns. You cannot hold on to unforgiveness and then get upset when you have all these additional difficulties happening in your life. You cannot hold on to opinions and feelings all centered around seeking relief and then expect people to trust you. You cannot be direct towards people not considering their feelings and their mental well-being and then expect other people to be comfortable around you and trust things onto you. People may not lash out at you in your face, but behind the scenes you're going to think, oh, we don't want to deal with this individual. You can't act inhuman towards people and expect them to give you a warm welcome. I mean, am I making sense over here? If I'm talking bullshit, let me know if I'm talking bullshit. Can you act without regard towards other people, without any regard for their mental well-being? And then certainly get upset when people suddenly are not okay to be around you. You can't do that crap. Listen, I did not tell you to dox people, stalk people, harass people, extort people, blackmail people. I didn't tell you to do any of that weird shit. I'm just telling you, you need to monitor some people around you. But Rashid, when is it time to monitor someone? There are two times when you have to monitor someone. One, when you pick up they're in danger. You could be wrong, but if you pick up there's danger around someone, even if you end up being wrong, just monitor them for a little moment. I'm going to spend your whole day researching them, just monitor them for a moment. You can do this together with other people. You don't have to do it all by yourself. I mean, together you can get a lot done. Okay. Second time when you have to actually monitor someone is when they're questionable. Look, if there's a child in your neighborhood and you suspect the child's being abused or molested, talk about it with other people. That's not gossiping. Talk about it, alert other people that there's a likelihood that this child's being molested or abused, and monitor the environment. Take notes, document things. And once there's enough evidence that can prove that something's off in the child's environment, now with evidence you can report it to the authorities, or you can actually expose things right now and do something about it. That's one example. Or what if you suspect that someone is a political target? Now that's quite sensitive, okay? But in that case, also document things. If someone has weird people coming to their house over and over again during the night, okay, it's their house. They can decide who they can receive or not. You may say, well, if the government doesn't agree with you, because if someone is a fugitive or a wanted criminal and you receive them in your house, the government will come after you. So if the government doesn't agree that just because it's your house, you can do whatever you want with your house. You're part of a community, so you owe the community an account for how you affect the community. So if your neighbor, for example, has all these shady figures coming or there over and over again, take note of it. Now, as I mentioned before, another time when you have to monitor someone is when they're questionable. Is when they simply don't add up. If someone does not add up because they keep contradicting themselves, it could be that they're severely mentally ill and they need help. In this case, you need to monitor them. But it could also be that someone is not mentally ill, someone is just wasteful because they're involved in things they have no business being involved in and have something to hide. Rashid, I want to like if people bother my business. Listen, the earth belongs to the Heavenly Father. He's a creator, owner of the earth. Okay, that means you don't own anything on earth. You have possessions, but He's the owner. That means that the earth revolves around the Heavenly Father. Okay, so the whole idea that you have your life and your affairs and ultimately your permission to exist over there. Who are you? You don't even own the earth. You were born naked, you will die naked one day. And God has to resurrect you. But you want to control space on earth like you're God. Who are you? You can manage spaces where you live, where you rent, all of that, but you're not God. Cut out with that crap. Listen, people have every right to investigate you if they think you're in danger, or if they presume you're in danger and have reasonable and it's beyond reasonable doubt that you may be in danger. They have a right to investigate you. They should, because if they don't investigate you, if they think you're in danger, it means they're actually allowing bad things to happen to you. If people allow bad things to happen to you, you want to be happy about it, right? So why don't get upset when people investigate you and your situation and they think you're in danger? Now, people also have the right to investigate you if you show inconsistent, questionable behavior. They do. The whole privacy mentality, the whole privacy religion that you can will what you will, do what you do, nobody else has any right to know, nor to demand an explanation from you, is bullshit. Okay, some people want to interrogate you because they want to control you, or because they want to use things against you. In that case, you don't talk to them, just walk away from them. I'm not telling you to reveal all your data to everyone just because you ask for it. Absolutely not. Just know that this whole privacy religion of you don't owe anyone anything, you have the right to will what you will, and hide whatever you want to hide, is not true. It's not true at all. Ask the police if they believe in this privacy religion. Ask the police if they believe in it. Ask a judge in a courtroom if they believe in it. Ask a lawyer or an attorney if they believe in it. Ask the president of the United States if he believes in it. See the answer you're going to get. Listen, y'all. When someone is questionable, the whole neighborhood should be watching them. That's how you keep the neighborhood safe and sane. If everyone looks the other way and stays in their own narcissistic bubble, guess what? Evil people, as well as evil spirits, they have full opportunity to run amok. And if they run amok, the whole neighborhood is to blame because they're the ones who let it happen. But do you know that a lot of people don't want to face this? Let me tell you, 9 out of 10 times when something bad happened to you in the past, the neighborhood allowed it to happen. People don't just let it happen to you. They could have prevented it. What if you made some horrible mistakes in your life? People could have stopped you from making those mistakes. Do you know that if you're getting drunk, there are nightclubs, even bars will kick you out or call the cops on you to bring you home to prevent you from harming yourself and other people? Listen, people could at least make efforts to hinder you from destroying yourself. So even if you destroy yourself, you didn't destroy yourself all by yourself, others assist you in it. So they're on it too. The community cannot demand and expect quality from you, but they're not of quality towards you. That ain't right. What if someone is a drunkard? People just allow him to get drunk all the time. They don't force him to get help or whatever. And one day he drives drunk and someone dies with one of your family members. It's not that the guy was driving drunk that's to blame. The whole community that facilitated it is also to blame for it. But people don't want to go that far. I'm telling you, the safest neighborhoods that you'll ever be in are neighborhoods where people are talking about things that happen. The worst and most dangerous neighborhoods ever be in are neighborhoods where everyone minds their own business, everyone shuts their mouth. I'm telling you. You are not safe. You're not in good company if everyone shuts their mouths and looks the other way. You're not. Okay, if you're in a neighborhood where people are toxic, nobody wants to move forward in life, then I understand you don't want them to pay attention to you because they only want to find information about you, to even murmur and gossip about you, everything like worse of you. I get that you don't want that to happen. In that case, you need to leave that neighborhood and be in a better location. Because even though the people there may be toxic and wrong, they're not wrong for paying attention to what goes on around them. They should do that. They should. Look, let me say it like this. I don't just monitor people because I don't have the time to do that. Okay? I'm doing the world as a father. I face enough challenges in life, here and there. Nevertheless, if in my environment I pick up something's off, I'm going to take note of it. And if I notice some people don't add up, I'm going to start pay attention to those people time to time. I'm not going to confront them about it, but I'm going to pay attention. I'm going to be watching. I am. And there's nothing illegal about that. Nothing. There's nothing creepy about that. You know what's creepy? When people live somewhere and they don't know anything that goes on whatsoever. That's creepy. How can you be living in an area and you know nothing that goes on? I understand you don't know everything that goes on. Nobody does. Okay? But you should know the basics and the high levels of what goes on in the place where you're residing. If that's not the case, we have a problem, yo. All right? Listen. If anyone in your vicinity or anyone in your environment, if they are questionable and you and those around you do not monitor the individual, all of you are questionable. All of you lack character. And guess what? If that individual that was questionable ends up committing a horrible crime, all of you are incriminated automatically. Even though not all of you will be arrested, not all of you face charges in a courtroom, you're all incriminated in the public eye, and that's rightfully so. If you as a neighborhood, you're watchful and considerate, and still bad things happen that's out of your control, that's different because you did your part. But how come you're not doing your part at all as a community, but then you want to act so surprised when something bad happens and you don't want people to call you out on it? I mean, what the heck is that, yo? Hey, I'm telling you, when something isn't right, or when someone is questionable, because they're either inconsistent or their way of thinking is so against Heavenly Father, or when they are always so mysterious, or they're always so two-faced, or they're always so innocent, they're always the victim. When someone is questionable around you, you don't monitor all by yourself because, let's say, you need to do work, you need to do other things too for yourself and other people, but as a group, you monitor them. Today, you can use social media and the internet to monitor some people. You just do that. There's nothing illegal about it. You're not hacking people's stuff, you're not breaking into the firewall, you're just monitoring, which is something we all should be doing anyway. Listen, in a neighborhood or in a town where people monitor one another for the better, criminals, psychopaths, all these vile people wouldn't even want to be there. But a place where everyone is quiet, where everyone is looking away, people even notice what's on around them, that's a paradise for evil people. That's a paradise for evil spirits. And who's the one facilitating this paradise? People out there were questionable. You hear me? I'm telling you, make sure you are not the questionable one around. Okay? Make sure that you are not the questionable individual around. That's what I'm telling you. Look, positive news. Some of you are still alive because there were people around who were watchful. And because there were people around who were watchful, a lot of the people who had stupid intention even dared to act on them because they knew someone was watching. You hear me? Now, throughout the years, a lot of people out there have been protesting the surveillance state. The whole idea that the governments put security cameras everywhere, using AI for facial recognition, all of that. A lot of people say, man, that goes against our privacy. First of all, privacy doesn't even exist, so I'm not even going to discuss that part. Data protection should exist, but privacy, this whole entitlement to your own universe, does not exist. Okay? First of all, evil spirits can go through walls, can see a lot, so you can hide what you're doing for other people. Evil spirits can see it. And every father sees it. Only angels can see it. And anyone who does spiritual inquiries can pick up what you're doing indirectly anyway. So what privacy? It doesn't exist. Well, let me tell you, the reason why this surveillance state even exists, with security cameras almost everywhere, with AI technology doing facial recognition, all of that, the reason why this surveillance state has been made in the world is to compensate the neglect of everyday people. Because a lot of everyday people are so neglectful, the government now had to fill in the gaps. But everyone wants to complain about, oh, surveillance state. The government knows so much about you. They want to have all your details. The government is doing facial recognition. The government, well, this and that. Okay. Imagine you remove the surveillance state. Remove all the security cameras in urban areas. Imagine you defund the police or defund a lot of other stuff and leave people alone. Will that bring forth a safer environment? Would you be able to trust the common individual around you to look after you? Would you? If you're around a lot of believers who love their Father, of course. But does everyone in the world have faith? Does everyone in the world love their Father? Does everyone in the world even want to be better? Does everyone in the world love themselves? No. A lot of people in the world can't stand themselves, even hate themselves, and they take it out on other people. So in a world like this, where people are prone to escape and escalate, you need to have some type of leverage to keep the people in check. And you can't put it all on the government. You as a community have to keep each other in check. But because a lot of communities are so wasteful and neglectful, the state now has to fill in the gaps that should be done by the community. Is this all clear to you all? Let me know in the live chat. Is this all clear? I'm almost home. God is good. I'm walking in near a gas station over here. You can see. Listen, y'all. At the end of the day, let me tell you, at the end of the day, nobody will value someone who's looking the other way. At the end of the day, people who mind their own business are not valued at all. When was the last time you heard someone got an award for minding their own business? When was the last time someone got promoted for minding their own business? When was the last time someone said, oh my God, we're so thankful for someone like you in the community who minds their own business? When was the last time you heard something like this? Tell me. When was the last time someone that minds their own business ever got an award, reward, or was praised for their valuable contribution? When did it ever happen? It doesn't happen. Why? Because people that mind their own business, they don't contribute to anything. They're just there, taking, and running away anytime there's a challenge. How valuable are such people in your community? How valuable are they? Listen, y'all. Even though a lot of people don't want to admit it, people will prefer, even choose the gossiper and the busybody above someone who's quiet and silent and unnoticed all the time. If you're quiet and silent and unnoticed most of the time, that means you're not relevant and you have no leverage at all. That means when it comes down to it, there's nothing you can do for other people. So you're irrelevant. Why would people prefer and invest in someone that is irrelevant? and you're not irrelevant aside of your own doing. You're irrelevant. You're not irrelevant aside of your doing. You're irrelevant by your own choosing. Nowhere in the world are irrelevant people praised and um, and rewarded. Now, don't get me wrong. There are questionable people that get praised in the world. You know what I mean? They shouldn't get any praise. But even then, they're still relevant in the wrong way. Irrelevant people never get a platform. Irrelevant people never referred to. Listen, it's better to be disliked and hated than be irrelevant. Let me say towards you. I'm not saying being disliked and hated is a good thing. Hell no, absolutely not. But it's better to be disliked and hated than to be irrelevant. People that mind their own business, people that just look away, they don't want to be bothered, they are irrelevant. They don't have a valuable, constructive, beneficial contribution. So at the end of the day, if they're gone, you're not missing anything. They're irrelevant. The gossiper and the busybody, despite the fact that they annoy a lot of people, despite the fact that they are in drama over and over again, they are still relevant. You can always get some valuable information out of a busybody or a gossiper. Am I telling you to all become busybodies and gossipers? No, I didn't tell you to do that. I'm just saying even the gossiper and the busybody have an important role they play in daily life that people need. The best way to stop gossiping in a neighborhood is just by being alert. If everyone's alert, everyone's concerned, there's no need for gossip because everyone will be discussing the neighborhood anyway. Isn't it weird that when gossipers discuss things in the community, we get upset? But then, when something bad happens, we want the police to figure it all out? Why do we put all the burden on the police if we are the ones living in that community? If you're the one living in the community, you and the people in that community should be the ones discussing your community. Why we so? If you guys were doing that more often, a lot of bad things wouldn't happen. Now there will still be bad things happening until that day Jesus Christ comes back. I know that, but if you guys would just be more interested and concerned with your environment, less bad things would happen. It's weird when gossipers and busybodies discuss the affairs of the community. Say, "Shut your mouth, it's not your business, mind your business," blah blah blah. When things go wrong, now the police has figured out all the business on their own. What the hell, y'all? That's why I'm telling you, believers have to watch out that they are not the questionable ones around. Or as Jesus said it, make sure that the light in you is not darkness. And with a lot of believers, the so-called light in them is actually darkness. They are in full darkness and not even aware of it. They are in full dysfunction. They are in full enable mode towards evil and not even aware of it. Again, I'm not saying that by monitoring your neighborhood, everything is going to be solved, everything's going to come and happen. No, I didn't say that. I'm just saying that you will contribute to a better climate if you do. Oh, and people do monitor the environment. They monitor the environment to pick up things that they dislike. They monitor the environment to find victims. People do that. So people know how to monitor stuff, but why are they monitoring when it's necessary? That's what I mean. Now, are there any questions about this topic? Just let me know in the live chat, please. Just let me know. Are there any questions about this topic? Oh, that's good. Are there any questions about this topic? Let me know. There's no creepier environment. There's no scarier environment. The environment where nobody knows anything and everyone is just in their own narcissistic bubble. That's a place I don't want to be at all. I don't care if it's a luxury resort. I don't care if it's a palace. If people there are not naturally interested and concerned about the environment, I don't want to be there. Neither should you. What are you looking there for? You only get trouble and misfortune over there, y'all. God is good. There are no questions here? All right. Thank you all for being here. Keep on clean with Christ. Be at peace. Again, donate the links below. Your donation needed and appreciate right now. PayPal, bank link, whatever you prefer. Check on also on Amazon. Please hit the like button. Share this live stream. If you want to book a session with me on one consultation, check the fees in the description box below. You can choose a package. Let me know by email. For now, I'm almost home, about to relax and fall asleep. And I'll see you next time. Be at peace.